very good afternoon to you. Welcome to yet another edition of Bophelong with me, Bule Mulebati, right here on the SABC News channel. This week we look at entrepreneurship through the eyes of Sihle Magubane. For Sihle, starting a business became a way out of a dark and painful past. After he and his siblings were left to fend for themselves, Sihle began learning about the skill of coffee making just to put food on the table. A decade later, he shares his story with our producer Nombuso Mahlangu on how he founded a coffee brand, Sihle's Brew.
Sihle Magubane from Gandla in KZN grew up under circumstances that involuntarily forced him to being a 16-year-old gardener. The uplifting story of Sihle might have started harder than that of most teens, but is now definitely looking more promising than before.
My mother was a single parent, and she was the only one that putting food on the table. So when she passed on, within 2 weeks we didn't have money for burial. I had only about 1,200, which I've saved during the course of that time. So we had to put that along with the community to bury her. Thereafter, I said no, I won't able to. Crying is not an option. And from there, I took an opportunity to make sure that my siblings get food.
Sihle's life took a rough turn after his mom passed away.
I've worked as a gardener just around the area in Eshaville, which is KZN in Durban. And I used to do and service about 3 gardens in like a month. Then I used to work in Caminitos, where we made pizzas on a pizza company, where we roll the dough, and it was not easy, and do cooking of the pizzas and all that. So I had to juggle those kind of work, or any job that is available. I will take it just to make an extra cash to keep me going for like at least a week or 2 weeks, in order for the family to be sustained.
Sihle found himself heading a home after the unexpected tragedy.
It was by chance, because when I was 16, my mother passed away, and I had no choice then to find work, and I had to juggle work between work and school. So I had to put food on the table.
Into the mud and off you go. Wow.
When the opportunity of being a barrister presented itself, he used it optimally.
I was offered to work in Arts Festival in Hilton in KZN, where I met Roberto Monterrey. That's where the turning point started in my life, whereby I wanted to be trained, but I didn't have money. And Roberto asked if he could train me at no cost, and he said yes, but I had to relocate to Joburg. Therefore, I started coffee. So it was mainly by a chance.
To show that Sihle was born to be a barrister, after his first taste of coffee, he knew that he had to learn more about the palate-challenging beans.
I couldn't stop drinking coffee. That day, I've tasted the cappuccino for the first time while I was in KZN, and I was sold. That's the reason why I wanted to learn more about this coffee drink.
Sihle's coffee journey then began.
I have an opportunity to be trained as a barista in KZN. From there, I had to relocate to Joburg to further my study in terms of coffee, and to accomplish certification through City and Guild. Therefore, I've obtained that certification. Thereafter, I was a qualified barista.
Sihle's love for coffee landed him in a place he could only dream of.
I was working in PMS Vision, it was a division of House of Coffees. So I've worked there as a promoter, promoting different blends within the store, in any other stores. Then from there, I've moved to Pick n Pay as a product specialist, where I've worked as I've opened all the concept stores in Pick n Pay, training them as well how to make coffee, we had to flew to Cape Town. Then from Cape Town, we came back in Joburg and other places. We went to Log and we opened quite a few stores.
Having worked at all the big coffee houses and even training others on his passion for coffee, he moved on quickly to a more exciting adventure.
I've worked on different restaurants. I've worked on different coffee shops. And eventually in 2012, I started my own business called Sihle's Brew.
Chance and opportunity happens to all, and when Sihle's opportunity presented itself, he leaped and is now soaring up high.
He is indeed. From starting his own coffee brand to owning a coffee shop, Sihle continued to create his own luck in business. Let's go to a break. We'll be back after this.
Macro is lending a helping hand with big festive season savings that'll move you. Like the Totem 16-inch or 20-inch Mojo bikes for only $10.99. Save 200 Rand. Or save 200 Rand on the Bounce King 10-foot trampoline, now only $24.99. And zip away on a Zingo X100 electric scooter for $1,999. Save 300 Rand. Share in these and other big festive savings for home, for business, for life. Only at Macro. Big on life.
4x4 by land, 4x4 by sea, 4x4 by air, cause the lock to fly free. The former country, how it all started out, for the brave and every Boy Scout. 4x4, doing it yourself cause you want it done right. 4x4.
Upgrade from the Jeep Renegade 1.4 Limited Auto to the all-wheel drive for free. For more offers on the Jeep range, visit jeep.co.za or your Jeep dealer today.
4x4 ever.
It doesn't always make sense.
It's easy to ignore.
It's always asking questions. What if cars could drive themselves? What if we could drive on the moon? What if headlights were lasers? What if cars could run on water or even air?
It's called your imagination.
And if you listen to it,
Great things will happen.
it's what we do at Audi. It's what we call Vorsprung.
Macro is going big on festive season savings by bringing you cooking deals like a Brabrantia 7-piece stainless steel cookware set, only $1,199, save 300 Rand. We're mixing things up with a Russell Hobbs jug blender for only $599, save 300 Rand. And save 500 Rand on the Russell Hobbs Legacy Breakfast Pack, now only $999. Share in these and other big festive savings for home, for business, for life. Only at Macro. Big on life.
Welcome back to the show. 4 years since its inception, Sihle's Brew coffee brand has gone on to compete with international coffee brands, proving once again that local is lekker. Sihle Makubani's story continues.
Sihle Makubani is today renowned as the first black individual to own a coffee brand in South Africa. Sihle's Brew was conceived back in 2012 and its growth has been beaming ever since. He says the reason to the growth of his brand was entirely because of its pureness.
Our blend are 100% pure Arabica, so we use very light, very smooth on the palate. So if you tasted our products, whether you're drinking cappuccino, whether you're drinking espresso, you can actually taste that sweetness that comes from because of the quality of coffee beans that we use.
Sihle's Brew granules can now be found in several supermarkets and has paved a way to Sihle's Coffee Time, his recent coffee shop.
We currently have about 6 stores that are retailing our products in Food Lovers Market. We've got 2 in KZN, we've got 2 in East London in Balfour Park, and we've got 3 spas in Pretoria that are currently retailing our product. Then we've got coffee shop around that we supply them based on coffee. We've got office parks that we supply as well, like corporate companies.
Sihle welcomed the Bophelong team very warmly to his recently launched coffee shop, explaining the different coffee blends he uses for his special coffee.
We've got medium roast, which is Java press. We've got medium to dark, which is original. So it's not too hard, it's not too strong, but it's just fairly medium. Medium to dark, it's in between. And then we've got 2 dark roast, which is espresso and signature. Then we've got Colombian decaffeinated, which is CO2. That process, there is no chemical reaction or chemical that is included within the coffee beans. So they steam the coffee bean, whatever that sweats, it's caffeine. So then from there you've got 1% of a caffeine that can be described as caffeine-free in coffee terms. So even though there is a lot of variants of coffee, different coffee beans, we're talking about more than 70 variants of different types of coffee beans, but we've chosen to use the 2, which is commercial Robusta or Carnifora or Arabica. So those are the 2 types of coffee beans that we concentrated in.
Launching his very first coffee shop, Sihle designed his own furniture and nailed every pin to his coffee bar.
It took us 2 weeks to build everything that you see, because we had to go and buy pallets, and obviously we started from day one, and we put the counters, we started with the counters, we put everything, the rest was history. We've even put everything you see, we've done it with our own hands.
He prudently trained his own employees.
They all barista. Tammy is still on the training process. But beside these guys, we've already placed 2 guys in Regiment property company, where they acquire baristas that I've trained them. So those are the 2 guys. We've got about 3 guys that we already placed them on a different workplace. So 5 in total just this year.
Besides training his staff, he talks about the importance of teaching his customers on how to drink coffee the correct way.
We teach a person how to teach the tongue how to taste the certain profile. Because even if on your tongue you've got about in the tip of your tongue you've got sweetness, you've got on the side you've got sour, you've got salty, then you've got bitter at the back. So what we do on a taste profile, we teach you how to taste, how to concentrate the taste. Then from there we take you through to different types of coffee beans, whereby you taste the different, you smell and taste the different origins. This coffee, what I've made today, is a signature blend, which is a very smooth on the palate. It's got that chocolatey, nutty, hazelnutty flavor, which is our products are 100% pure Arabica. You can easily, it's drinkable. So immediately, if you drink a cappuccino, it needs to be consumable immediately. You don't have to wait. You don't have to make it bend the milk. Because if once you froth your milk, you must not bend the lactose, which is a nutrition part of the milk. So combined with the proper espresso that is made from 25 to 30 seconds, 25 to 30 mils, that if you combine the 2, it should be mellow regardless of which coffee blend or beans are you using at that moment.
One of his employees, Enoch, explains how he was introduced to Sihle.
Nazareth electron mining shuthi uye wangithatha lapho kahle kahle emva kwalokhu uke wangitrain uSihle ubengitrainer for ukuba ibarista. So tema kuqhamuka lento yase Nazareth electron mining wangibiza kuSihle ukuthi angihambe ngiyomlekelela senza ama coffee lapha eNazareth. Kusuka lapho ke wasethi hayi ngoba ndoda ngizovula ishop ngoba uyibarista ngiyakwazi ngitrainile yawazi umsebenzi mangiqeda ukuvula ishop ngizokubiza siyosebenza sobabili theke mayesevulele ishop ke wangibiza ukuthi ngizoqala ukusebenza naye.
Enoch says he fell in love with coffee from his first sip.
Before ngitraina bengazi lutho ngecoffee. Kufike nje wangiqala phansi wangitraina nami kwasho ukuthi ngumuntu osheshayo ukubamba. Qala-ke nami ngakwazi ukwenza icoffee. Njengoba ngilenza ngishaya ubona ngishaya nembali laphana ngitraina uya.
Tami, who is still under training, is grateful for meeting his mentor Sihle.
Nami uSihle ngihlangane naye eNazareth. Ya sahlangana khona naye lapha umuntu ofisayo ukungifundisa ikhofi ngoba bengifuna ukwazi kabanzi ngekhofi wangifundisa ngaso leso sikhathi wangicebisa ngakusasa ngibe nayo wangifundisa nje sahlangana uthe mayesevula i-coffee shop futhi wangibiza wathi angize la ku-training angitraine because ufisa ukungibona ngiyaphambili because wabona ukuthi ngazi ukuthi nesifiso sokwazi kabanzi ngekhofi.
He also says Sihle's coffee is far too different and unique than that of other coffees.
Njengomuntu okhule endaweni yasemakhaya ekhaya sikhule sazi amanye inhlobo zamanye amakhofi kodwa njengamanje sekakwazile ukungenza ukuthi ngikwazi ukutaste ikhofi ukuthi ikhofi liyini ikhofi aliyona lento abantu abayitshela ukuthi liyona noma ngiseku-training kodwa sekukuningi sengikufundile ngekhofi.
And this is what Tami has learned so far.
I-cappuccino ungifundisile kabanzi ngayo noma ngingakabi kahle ngayo ukuthi ikhofi liqala kwi-espresso lonke i-cappuccino, espresso, ubisi nefoam phezulu.
Sihle's coffee time is now open for service from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Still focused, Sihle has plans of opening more branches across the country.
Take a turn at Sihle's coffee shop and support local business. Time now for a short break. Bophelong continues after this.
Macro is lending a helping hand with big festive season savings that'll move you. Like the Totem 16-inch or 20-inch Mojo bikes for only $10.99. Save 200 Rand. Or save 200 Rand on the Bounce King 10-foot trampoline, now only $24.99. And zip away on a Zingo X100 electric scooter for $1,999. Save 300 Rand. Share in these and other big festive savings for home, for business, for life. Only at Macro. Big on life. Macro is going big on festive season savings by bringing you cooking deals like the Brabrancher 7-piece stainless steel cookware set, only $1199, save 300 Rand. We're mixing things up with a Russell Hobbs jug blender for only $599, save 300 Rand. And save 500 Rand on the Russell Hobbs Legacy Breakfast Pack, now only $999. Share in these and other big festive savings for home, for business, for life, only at Macro. Big on life.
What is a national anthem and why do we need national anthems?
A national anthem becomes an instrument to foster social cohesion, identity, to create a sense of identity of a country.
It does happen that people feel that they cannot commit to what the national anthem does.
Unity is not formed from the sky. People don't just despise the national anthem, but it is because of certain things that are actually happening. The issue of languages, for instance. The issue of apartheid statues and monuments.
Welcome back. We are nearing the end of our show, and in this last leg of our program, we hear from Sihle what the future holds for him and his business. Take a look.
Sihle's Brew and Sihle's Coffee Time, owned by Sihle Makubane, is now one of the most sought-after coffee brands in South Africa. Now recognized as an international barista after obtaining his skill certificate, Sihle Makubane is a man worth being celebrated for his work. He tells us more on where to get fresh coffee beans in South Africa.
Particularly in KZN, there are like 2 farms, that SAK farm, which is in Jange, and there's another coffee farm in Beaver Creek. So there are quite a few coffee farms around in South Africa, and in Limpopo as well, there's quite a few farms.
He emphasizes how overjoyed he feels on finally having his own coffee shop, known and supported by South Africa.
I'm very excited and nervous at the same time, and thinking that I wouldn't have achieved it if I wasn't strict in terms of financial strict, and obviously I had to reinvest into the business. So I'm very proud of myself to the way I've achieved, but obviously I will still do more in a brand.
Some of his future plan is to reopen his coffee academy.
On our course that we're going to offer, it's going to be people that love coffee and course. Then we'll have a normal coffee shop course, which is mainly a person who's working on the coffee industry already. Then we'll have accredited certification, which it will be a high-end certificate.
People have been responding positively to the coffee shop and the coffee granules.
There is a room to grow, but we are getting a positive feedback, good feedback within the brand. So it is picking up when we first recorded everything. So obviously it's growing up each and every day. So it's a new space. We need to do a lot of marketing.
Vicky Kruger is one of Sihle's loyal customer.
I do CrossFit over there, right next door. And so usually Saturday morning, straight after training, we come over here and we have a cup of coffee. Yeah, I have training now, so...
She says her favorite coffee can only be blended by Sihle's Brew.
It's amazing, and they have the most amazing staff too, really friendly. It's just a good vibe all around.
Coffee lovers are everywhere, including the most listened to radio station, Ukhozi FM. The station's breakfast show team flew from Durban to come broadcast live at Sihle's Coffee Time.
Nganikwa i-opportunity ukuthi ngihambe ngiyosebenza i-art festival eHilton la khona abantu ababukisa ngezinto eziningi ezihlukene. Ngasebenza khona nginga-taste coffee for the first time. Nganikwa i-opportunity uRoberto Monterrey oyi-Italian. So waqala wanginika wathi uma ngifuna ukufunda ngecoffee kumele ngize eGoli. Ngathatha imithwalo yami ngasuka eNatal ngingazi umuntu, then kwakukhona umunye ubhuti engangimazi abathi umbuso usadlule emhlabeni. Then ngalapho ngaqala ke yonke into, ngahlala naye ngafunda yonke into ukuthi okay kwenzeka kanjani, wanginika isikhathi yonke into ukuthi ngifunde ngenze yonke into. Ilaqala kanjalo ikhofi ulithanda from lapho.
But asibonge kakhulu man, besasize ku Ukhozi FM sizo celebrate nawe, sibonge nje ukuthi umuntu usunabantu, ngibona istaff lapha ikhipha zabantu nje baningi abantu asebekwazi ukudla emakhaya ngenxa ye-idea owabanayo. Sikushayela kakhulu ihlombe sithi ke siyabonga kakhulu ngomsebenzi owenza.
Ngiyabonga ne.
Mfethu abafuna ukukhuluma nawe mhlambe ngabe sifuna ukubhuka, uyabhuka muzo ophuza ikhofi lana noma uyavela utheleke nje at any time?
Uyatheleka.
Kodwa for more information nitholakala kanjani nini?
Sitholakala kwi-Enod View Shopping Center, la khona sine shop khona. Sitholakala kwi-Twitter official Sihle's Brew, kuma Instagram Sihle's Brew, kuma yonke ama social network at Sihle's Brew. So ila sitholakala khona. Then ngiphinde futhi ngibonge ne biscotti ekhona ukusupplya namhlanje ngamakheke ne sugar lilies cakes ese Newcastle ne Javis bakery bake goodies ne Bophelong ilakho nesobe sikhona live ku television ne chat room ekwazile ukcapture yonke moment mangabe siqala sivula the new venture ye Sihle's Brew abathi Sihle's Brew Coffee Time.
Musicians also came out to support Sihle. Popular Kings of the Weekend duo also came out to support Sihle and enjoy his brew. Tammy says he will always be grateful for working with the most diligent and tenacious leader.
Ngiyathemba ukuthi uSihle uzokhona ukwazi ukuyenza lento lena, and nami ngiyathemba ukuthi nami ngomunye wabantu abakwazi abafunayo ukugcina befikile la uSihle ekhona, and amuthi uSihle eya phezulu nami ngomunye wabamlandelayo abantu abasebancane.
Salutations for your work and passion, Sihle, and leading more to your greatness.
Is to create a massive South African brand that will be that you can actually buy it nationally abroad as well. So that is our long-term goal, is to see the brand striving to reach African country, eventually European country as well.
And as he puts it in one of his media interviews, it is a business founded by passion. Sihle continues to diversify in business by offering training to aspiring baristas out there. And that's how we put an end to our show this week. Thank you for watching. Until next week, goodbye.